Hello, computer scientists. We are going to be working in an application called Audacity today. We're going to make some files for our application that we're going to use. So we'll get to that in a little bit. First of all, we all should have Audacity, the application, installed on our computers that we're working with. Now, if you want to utilize them on your Chromebook and stuff like this, in Schoology, I do have some links to some web-based Audacity applications. So anyway, here we are, you guys. Before we begin too much, I want you to create on your desktop a folder called Representing Music. Inside of that folder, I want you to create two subfolders. One is going to be a .mp3 file folder, and another one is going to be your Audacity.aup folder. So if you could please pause this video right now, go to your desktop, and make three folders. One representing music with two subfolders, MP3 and Audacity.aup. All right. Now that you've got those made, I'm going to go ahead and close that. I'm going to go ahead and full screen my Audacity application, and we're going to make some sounds. So when our application, we're going to have a ball that's kind of being flung around our screen, and when it hits the top, bottom, left, or right screens, it's going to make a different noise for each screen that it hits. We're going to sound a little bit like R2-D2, if you will. So get your best beeps and bops going. And what I like to do is sometimes scroll over things. And this is my record button. And as you see, I have a shortcut on my keyboard, Shift-R. And I like to utilize that. We also are going to need to use our stop quite a bit. And our stop button we can utilize on our keyboard as the the spacebar key. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my Shift-R. And it's starting to record, as you see right now, and I am going to do my best beep, if you will. Beep! And spacebar. All right. You can see all sorts of vibrations, wavelengths, if you will, going right here. And what I like to do is hold my control key down. I've got my mouse, and I'm scrolling up on my mouse. And now you can start to see, I might have to scroll over a little bit, those vibrations or sound waves starting to look a little bit more like actual waves, and I am zooming way in and I can see those waves. All right, so I'm going to scroll out a little bit. I don't need to see all of that. I just want to kind of show you for demonstration purposes. But this is where my beep actually was, and so utilizing my selection tool here, I'm going to go ahead and select at least 1/10 of a second of it. So I'm going to kind of go through that right there, and I've selected that, and now I'm going to utilize this command right here. This is my trim audio, and you can see that I'm trimming the stuff on the outside of it, and I'm going to keep what's in the middle of it. If I wanted to get rid of things that were in the middle, for example, the selection I have, and keep the things on the outside of it, you would use that command there. But I'm going to trim my audio, and now I want to bring this audio back to the beginning of my timeline. So I'm going to use this time shift tool command, click that, and then I'm going to start dragging. And what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to bring this down. I'm using my control key on the keyboard, and I'm using my mouse scroll wheel to scroll that down, and I'm going to bring this back down to 0. And now I'm going to use my control key, and I am going to increase my wavelength here and drag this over. What I need is only 1/10 of a second. I want that beep or that bop or whatever to be very short. I don't want it to be very long at all. So again, I'm going to use my selection tool. So I'm going to go back up to that, and I'm going to go from 1/10 of a second over. And then I'm going to use that same command here and trim it again. All right, so that is my noise, and I could play it, and I have it going through my headphones right now. So let me go ahead and see if this is working. You're not going to be able to hear it. Maybe I can put that over my microphone. Here we go. Listen to this. I bet you can hear that. So a very short beep. All right, I got my wavelength there. My wavelength looks good. And so now I need to save it in a couple different formats. Again, we talked about those just a little bit ago. That's why I have two folders. I'm going to go to my desktop. I'm going to scroll down and look for my Representing Music. And now I'm going to save it as an Audacity file first. So I'm going to click on that. I'm in my Audacity files, and I'm going to save this as top. All right, it's going to be my top noise, and I'm going to choose Save. You probably got a warning saying, hey, you cannot use this file format in other applications. Are you sure you want to do this? Yes, you are. I don't have that because I've already chose it not to ask me that question again. Just go ahead and choose that. Now, you guys, I need to export it now. So I'm going to export the selected audio. And make sure, yours by default is probably on WAV, all right? Make sure you change it from a WAV to an MP3, all right? And then go ahead and navigate to your desktop, navigate to your representing music. Now you're putting this in your MP3 folder. You want to make sure that you keep that separated, and you're going to choose Save now, and it's going to bring up this, some metadata. Who is the artist? You are going to be the artist of 2 beeps. Your partner is going to be the artist of the other 2 bops, if you will. And I'm going to name my track title Top, if you will, and choose OK. And now that is actually exporting that MP3 file to its location. If I put my mouse over it, or let me see, for a second, I think a tooltip, or it's going to tell me, maybe not. So I'm going to right click on it and choose Properties, and I'm going to make sure that that is an MP3 file, which it is. All right, I can go to Details, I believe, and get some of the metadata here. It's Mr. Lang and all this good stuff. Its length, it's not even a second long. It's 1/10 of a second, so it's very short. But now I want to listen to it. I'm going to right click on this, and I'm going to choose Open With, and I'm going to choose my Windows Media Player. And I've opened mine before. The first time you open it, it's going to probably ask you for some settings. What do you want? Just choose Recommended Settings and then OK. And this is going to pop up and I can play it. And again, I have my headphones. And you can listen to it. Oh, a little feedback there. I apologize for that. I think you can probably hear that. So again, you want to test that out. And beautiful, it allows me to play it in another program. Now we should also go back and make sure our Audacity file is there, and we do. And you probably also noticed that another folder appeared called Top Data. This is data that this file here is going to need, so don't delete that folder. And you can see that this is an Audacity project file, all right, a .aup. All right, so if, for example, I closed my Audacity and I open this up, it's got their little avatar there for Audacity, and it pops up and I can choose OK, and there is my file if I needed to edit some more. All right, here we go, you guys. We've done that. I'm going to go quick now. I need to make a couple new ones, so actually 3 more. I'm going to create actually 1 more. Your partner's going to create 2 more, but I'm going to pretend I am your partner as well. So, all right, try to get, I'm going to do a Shift R. Boop! A little lower frequency there. I'm going to hit my space bar. I'm going to go ahead and choose my selection tool. I'm going to drag through a little bit of it. I'm going to go ahead and choose my trim tool. And then I'm going to move it with my, oh, sorry about that loud bell, you guys. We've got some lunches going on. Bringing that back down. Now I'm going to increase my wavelength so that way I can only get 1/10 of a second. All right. 0.1. Make sure it's 0.1 and not 0.01 because you can even get further into it. So I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to choose my trim tool again and File, Save As. And I'm going to save this in my Audacity file as my bottom. And I'm going to choose OK. And I'm not done yet. File, Export, Selected Audio. And now I'm going to put that, yes, in my MP3 file folder. Beautiful, as bottom, yes. And it's going to ask me for some metadata. I am the artist. And I have my track title as bottom. And I'm going to choose OK. File New. Now you're going to hand this over to your partner. All right. And your partner is going to create 2. Try to have a little bit different sound than you did. I think I'm going to use that lower frequency there, so I'm going to stop that with my space bar, or I could have chosen the other one. Highlight that, selection tool, drag it along my timeline with my time-lapse tool. All right, increase this so I can see my 0.1 of a second, 0.10 right there. And let's see, we'll drag in a little bit. There it is, 0.10, selection tool. Drag this to the left, trim her up, and now I'm going to use this as my right. So save project as AUP file. Again, make sure you're vigilant of this. Make sure you know what file you're saving. This is your AUP. AUP, beautiful. Save, and now I'm going to export the MP3. export the selected audio, write, MP3, MP3 folder, and now you're putting your other partner's name that's doing this, but obviously it's me, and write, and okay, and we got one last one, file new, nice low frequency there, something different, maybe select that, trim her up. Sorry if my microphone is picking up a bunch of noise from the hallway. Students are heading from lunch to their other classes right now. You know what? I think I want to grab this 1/10 of a second right there. I see some good wavelengths there. Take a look at your wavelengths. Okay, let me grab my selection tool, my time tool, I should say. And now I need to go ahead and do a file save as. I'm moving up one from my MP3 to my AUP. This is going to be my left. And now let's go ahead and do one more time. Export the selected audio as an MP3. It's in my MP3. It's left. All right. Choose OK. So now, you guys, I am going to go ahead and minimize all of my... oh, we need to move this a little bit. We'll minimize all those. Again, I'm in my AUP. I've got my bottom, left, right, and top. Again, these are Audacity project files. Don't get rid of this information here. I'm going to go up one. My MP3s. Yes, I have those as well. So now what I want you guys to do, again, sorry for that bell. Over in your Google Drive, I have created a folder called Representing Music already. You need to create that folder as well. And I am going to basically drag those files into my Google Drive. You've shared that folder already with your partner. Make sure you do, so they have access to these files as well if you are absent. All right, you guys, so that's our project. We need to make those and make sure you're listening to those. So go to your MP3s again, and you might have to right-click on them and choose Open With your Windows Media Player so you can listen to those. And I think you can click it and drag through to the different ones that are here. I'm not positive. Let me see if I can listen to my different ones. Nope, they're all the same. Again, I apologize for that loud bell. I'm going to go to left, and I'm going to play that one. I want to make sure that they're different. Yep, and that one is a lower frequency. All right, and again, you want to make sure that these are all a little bit different frequencies. So listen to them real quick. They are, and again, this is a very short sound. It's not going to last very long at all. 1/10 of a second. All right, so I've got my 4 sounds. Beautiful. Ready to move on with my project. Again, that is what you guys need to do for this project. If you have any questions, please let me know.